In the heart of England's Midlands, nestled at the foot of the Clent Hills, lies the small village of Hagley, a place where the past lingers in every shadow and the ancient woodlands whisper tales of long-forgotten times. But of all the stories tied to this quiet village, none is more haunting, more shrouded in mystery, than that of the woman known only as Bella. Welcome to Heath and Hollow, the channel by Luna and Oakley Stormwood, dedicated to bringing you the darkest histories of the British Isles. This is the haunting mystery of Bella in the Wych Elm. It was the spring of 1943. The world was engulfed in the chaos of war. Bombs fell from the sky, cities lay in ruins, and yet, in the rural tranquility of Hagley, just 12 miles from the English city of Birmingham, something far more sinister was about to unfold. On April 18th, 4 young boys ventured into Hagley Wood, a dense thicket at the edge of the village. They were poachers, hoping to catch something of value during these lean times. As they moved deeper into the woods, they stumbled upon an old, twisted wych elm tree. Curious, one of the boys, Bob Farmer, decided to climb the tree. What he found inside its hollow trunk would change their lives and the village forever. Inside the tree was a human skull, still bearing clumps of hair and the remnants of a tattered piece of cloth lodged in its mouth. It was a sight that would etch itself into their minds, a horror that would haunt them long after they had left the woods.
The boys, terrified and unsure of what they had discovered, ran home, swearing to keep their grim find a secret. But as secrets often do, it eventually came to light. The authorities were alerted and a full investigation was launched. What they uncovered was a mystery that would baffle investigators for decades. The remains inside the tree were those of a woman, likely in her mid-30s. Her bones told a story of violence. Her hand had been severed and buried separately, a grim detail that suggested an ancient ritual or perhaps a message from a killer. But who was she? And how had she ended up inside the hollow of a tree in Hagley Wood?
As investigators dug deeper, they encountered a web of local folklore and occult practices that hinted at a darker motive. The severed hand, a symbol often associated with witchcraft and rituals, was found buried near the tree, perhaps as part of an ancient rite intended to bind the victim's spirit to the location. The placement of the body inside a tree harks back to pagan traditions, where trees were considered sacred, conduits between the physical world and the spiritual realm. These woods, at the foot of the Clent Hills, have long been the setting for strange and unsettling stories. Only a short distance away lies St. Kenelm's Well, a place of pilgrimage for centuries, named after a boy king whose legend is etched into the history of this region. According to the tale, in the 9th century, Kenelm, a young boy king, was murdered by his sister's orders during a hunt in the Clent Hills. As the story goes, Kenelm's body was hidden, and where his remains were eventually found, a spring miraculously appeared, St. Kenelm's Well. The connection between trees and death, between sacred groves and the afterlife, runs deep in this area. The legend of St. Kenelm is a reminder of the long-standing association between the Clent Hills and the supernatural. But you can hear all about St. Kenelm in a future video. Just as St. Kenelm's death was tied to the land, so too does the story of Bella seem intertwined with the ancient, almost forgotten rites that may have been practiced here.
Some theories suggest that Bella might have been a victim of such a ritual, her death a sacrifice meant to appease dark forces or to fulfill some arcane purpose. The occult practices rumoured to have been carried out in the area during that time point to a possible connection. The severed hand, the hollow tree, these are not just signs of a brutal murder, but potentially of a ritualistic killing meant to invoke powers beyond our understanding. Other theories suggest that Bella was a spy. The theory that Bella might have been a spy is one of the more captivating yet unproven ideas surrounding her mysterious death. During World War II, some speculate that Bella was a German spy, potentially linked to a woman named Clara Bauerler, trained by the Nazis and parachuted into the Midlands. However, despite this intriguing connection and the wartime context, no concrete evidence has ever emerged to confirm Bella's involvement in espionage. As the war raged on, the mystery of Bella faded into the background, but it was not forgotten. In 1944, a cryptic message appeared on a wall in Birmingham. Who put Bella in the Wych Elm? The phrase, written in bold white chalk, reignited the curiosity and fear that had gripped the local community. This message was the first of many. Over the years, similar graffiti has appeared across the Midlands, each time renewing interest in the unsolved case. But the mystery took an even stranger turn in recent years as the same chilling question began to reappear in seemingly random locations.
In 2016, over 70 years after the original discovery, the same haunting question, who put Bella in the Wych Elm, was found scrawled on a wall in the Birmingham suburb of Smethick. The handwriting was different, but the message was the same. A reminder that this mystery still lingers in the minds of those who know the story. Similar graffiti appeared again in 2018, this time near the entrance of Hagley Woods, almost as if someone, or something, was urging the world to remember Bella's tragic fate. These recent appearances of the graffiti have reignited interest in the case, with locals and historians alike speculating whether this is merely the work of pranksters or if it's a sign that someone out there knows more than they're letting on. Could this be the work of a relative seeking justice? Or perhaps the murderer, if still alive, leaving a twisted legacy?
Today, Hagley Wood is a place of quiet reflection, where nature has reclaimed the land. The Wych Elm, once the scene of unimaginable horror, has long since rotted away. But the questions linger, as persistent as the wind that whispers through the trees. Who was Bella? Was she a witch embroiled in dark rituals? Was she the innocent victim of horrific crime? Or was she a spy who ended up being murdered after leaking wartime secrets? Who put Bella in the Wych Elm? It is a question that has no answer, a riddle that remains forever unsolved. In a village as old as Hagley, where history and myth intertwine, some believe that the land itself holds the key to Bella's fate. Others say that she is but one of many souls lost to time, her story a cautionary tale about the darkness that can lurk even in the most tranquil of places.
The connection to St. Kenelm's legend adds a chilling layer to the story. Just as the ancient well marks the tragic death of a boy king, so too does the Wych Elm mark the unsolved mystery of Bella. Both stories are reminders that in these woods, the past is never far away, and the echoes of old rituals and sacrifices can still be felt.
And so the question remains, who put Bella in the Wych Elm? And why does her spirit still wander the woods at the foot of the Clent Hills, lost and forgotten? Thank you for listening to Heath and Hollow by Luna and Oakley Stormwood. If you liked this, please hit like and subscribe. You can hit the bell for notifications when new stories are uploaded. Go forth with the strength of the oak and the wisdom of the moon.